Good day, podcast community. PeteKane here, Podcast Pete. We're here to challenge you in this video because connect, grow, learn to present at our live events and virtual events challenges us to be better presenters. We don't grow, we don't automatically figure this out. It's practice, it's intention, it's growth. That's why we want you to be a high performer. We want you to raise your ambition. We want you to continue to learn, to connect, to grow. Let me remind you of the 6 major trends. There's never been a better time to be alive as there is now. And you're probably thinking, whoa, we're at each other's throats. We're in war. There's no middle to any discussions. Chaos comes with change. When you're going through major change, people don't know how to act. That's why they're screaming and yelling at each other. But personal development, growth, learning, being confident about where you are and where you're going will bring a peace to you. It has done that for me, and I want it for you. But you have to understand the 6 trends because there has to be a sense of urgency. You don't have all the time in the world. Look, we're here for a brief time on the earth. Nobody makes it out of here alive. Nobody. We don't know when our last days come. That's why I live my life like today is the last. Because one day I'm going to be right. But until then, I'm going to do the best that I can to make the biggest impact, to have fun, be bold. And I want that for you. But understanding that we're in a digital trend, everything is digital. Everything. I was talking to a gentleman who owned a local company. And he said, I can only do business in where my trucks can go. True, but not true. Only do business. You can do business. That's why we want you to act local, but think global. Because his journey, which is a very special one, because I heard part of his journey, is something he can help others with. Because when you create a digital asset, like this video, like a podcast, even like a book is an asset. Not digital, but it is. Well, if you have it in a digital form, it can be. But when you understand that the world has gone global, you change your whole approach, your perspective, your belief system. You don't have to be everywhere. Most are so busy trying to be everywhere. They're not somewhere. And somewhere is your digital profile. Somewhere is online. Somewhere is digital. And if you're creating, and that's why we want you to always think about creating, not consuming. The average person in America watches 4 hours of TV. Social media scrolling is up to 3 hours. So let's just say it's 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. If you're awake 18 hours, 30 of your life is consuming other people's lives. We want you to create your life. Part of creating your life is challenging yourself, challenging your belief system, challenge your ability to be better. It's not being more chaotic. It's actually being more peaceful, to tell you the truth. My day is magical. magical because I think, I journal, I plan, and I implement. I think, I journal, I plan, I implement. When you do that, the distractions go way down. Your focus goes way up. And when you can eliminate distractions and increase focus, and your clarity gets crystal clear, there's a peace like you've never experienced. That's what I want for you. Distractions are always going to be there. It's how we minimize them, how we challenge ourselves to grow, how to learn, how to connect. If you're afraid of speaking in front of public, that's okay, but don't let it own you, because fear is on this shoulder. Faith and courage is over here. Which are you going to grow? If you grow your fear, it owns you. If you grow your faith, it turns into courage. There'll always be chaos. We're just going through the most chaos I've ever seen in my life, because entrepreneurship has never been easier to be an entrepreneur. Now, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough because it's competitive and it's tough. You don't have to buy a factory. You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you do have to master high performance skills, habits. You got to be clear. You got to have great energy. You got to have courage. You got to have productivity. You got to continue to get better in that productivity, and you got to have influence. Because if you don't have influence, you're not developing your leadership. And in the next trend that's on the screen is AI. Leadership will be critical as we get into a crazy, changing, chaotic time. You want to invest in yourself, in your personal development. That's the sixth trend. Crypto and the digital currency, whoa. We're seeing the most clean currency, which is Bitcoin, because there's only 21 million. You can't print more money. You can't devalue it. It'll only over time, as we make this transition to digital, the value will go up. But until then, it's going to be chaotic. Expect it. Know that that's a cycle, but look long term. Look, that digital currency will be the future. And if you're not sure of that, Google Michael Saylor. Google Mark Moss. Yes. And listen to their perspective, because they're down the road further than we are. And they're able to give you a belief system, an insight that because we're so busy being busy, we're often stuck on the busy bus, and we need to jump off it and get on a quieter, less chaotic, going to your destination, the purpose plane. So go from the busy bus to the purpose plane. When you do that, you are creating your life. Living on purpose, knowing where you're going, being clear, minimizing distractions, challenging yourself. Challenge yourself. I have people that back down from speaking because they're fearful. And that is the second biggest fear to dying. So it's common, but don't let it own you. It's okay to be this way right now, but it's not okay to live in that fear. That's why when you conquer a fear, you grow faith and courage. Put fear in a small box, put a key on it, throw it away. and then start working on faith and courage. And maybe it's presenting. Maybe it's attending a live event. Maybe it's presenting at our virtual summit. Because on the third Friday morning, we have 10 speakers, 15 talks. They are 3 points, 5 minutes. So when you learn how to present, which is one of the 5 P's, be good at pitching, build your digital profile, create digital products, present, and partnerships. Those are the 5 P's of Key Person of Influence by Daniel Priestley. So, as we conclude, I want you to connect. I want you to grow. I want you to learn. I want you to be challenging yourself to present. Start with the virtual event. Get your 5 minutes, 3 points. Then go to the bigger stage, live event, which we have on the 4th Saturday. Next month in May, it'll be on the 5th, because I'll be up in Virginia visiting, going to a wedding, 50th high school reunion, 50 years, holy mackerel. Do you know how fast 50 goes? It goes faster than you think. That's why we want you to be more purposeful about how you live your life. Now, going through a stroke and having a reset, losing your left side, and having 49 days on your back, not moving, learning to talk, learning to eat, learning to shower, learning to go to the bathroom, learning to walk, it humbles you. And it gives you time to think about your future. How do you want to end? When your day's finished on this earth, what do you want to say to yourself? Did I live? Did I love? Did I matter? Are those the 3 questions you want to ask? Maybe. You have to have them. You always hear, start with the end in mind. Start with when it's the end of your life. What matters to you? Is it that you were a workaholic and you didn't have fun and you always miss things because you were always in a chaotic environment and didn't know how to manage it? Maybe. Maybe it is you're answering those questions with the best answers because you made a difference. You lived your life. You encouraged people. You challenged people. You made a difference. Your ripple effect just was like that. That's possible. But it doesn't happen by accident. It happens intentionally. So if you, here we have ways for people to connect. You go to PeteKane.me/connect and you'll see ways to connect with our thriving community. You'll be able to attend a virtual event, a live event, global meetup, and to be always working and growing and learning. Try Growth Day for 7 days. Have Brendan Bouchard, the best in the industry. Nobody close, sorry. I mean, my personal opinion, of course. But he certified me as a high performance coach. The best thing I ever did, business-wise. So, if he's speaking to you every day, challenging you, giving you frameworks, motivating you with the fuel you need in your rocket that day, and then you have a related video, and you have 2 thought-provoking questions to get you to think. And then you score yourself. That's the 5 to thrive. That's what you can have. Try for 7 days. You won't be the same. If you do it for 7 days, you'll get a taste of having the best speaking to you each day. We all need it, but we don't always know where to get it. He charges $1 million to be coached with him one-on-one. Maybe you don't have $1 million right now, but you do have 50. Because after the 7 days, you have an option to continue. And if you continue, you have somebody of the highest caliber that you'll ever be around helping you to grow, to learn, to challenge you, to give you frameworks that you've never heard that you can apply. And you apply the 5 to thrive, and you keep doing that every single day. Woo! Watch out, because each week you're going to make big changes. Well, let's just say every day you'll make small changes. Each week, each month, each year. Whoa, you better be ready for growth. So we talk about journaling, and we have plenty of videos on journaling. I even have a course on it. So start journaling. You can journal in Growth Day. So if you go to PeteKane.me/Growth Day, you can get yourself in a habit of that journaling. It gives you clarity, gives you a better mindset, gives you better habits. Then your goals get clearer. Your purpose gets better. Your purpose every day gets better. And you get momentum. And when you get momentum, you see incredible change and peace in the chaos. When you're peaceful and the world is crazy, it's a beautiful thing. Don't want a crazy world, but that's just the way it is. And it's going to be that way for the next couple of years, like really crazy, because there's going to be massive changes. And when you look at these trends, I want you to really understand these trends. Digital trend, entrepreneurial, crypto, AI, mobile, the mobile device. Everybody's got a supercomputer in their hand. How are they going to be able to check you out? They are. They meet you, they're going to find you. And if they don't find you online, the journey stops. You want people to continue the journey with who you are. Because if you're becoming intentionally a key person of influence, you're putting a digital profile out there people can consume. You want people to consume your expertise, because people buy from people. They don't buy from companies. That's why you can be a key person of influence. Probably would take a year, but every day it's going to get better because you're going to be in a mindset of creating, not consuming. Challenge yourself to create. Create your life. Avoid consuming other people's lives. If you want to if you haven't scheduled a strategy session, do it. If you want to connect with us here. And if you want my free masterclass, go to PeteKane.me/masterclass, because this ecosystem allows you to have the fuel in your rocket to grow your business and to grow you. You first, your business comes next. The magic is in you, and anything is possible. But you have to activate intentionally. You have to activate intentionally the magic. It's not going to fall out of the sky and hit you. You got to activate it. The magic is in you, and anything's possible.